also making Black history is the Brat. She's pregnant at 48 years old. She was the first female rapper to go platinum, and now she's the first female rapper to get pregnant at 48. Her and her wife are expecting a child.
Mhm.
Now I think she got like some like embryo transplant to get impregnated. But this was shocking news to me, and I think to everybody else, not only because she's in a relationship with a woman, and she's kind of she's the more butch one. You wouldn't expect her to be carrying a baby, but also she's 48 years old.
Yeah. I mean, listen, this picture of her, it's I can't tell what decade she's in. It looks like early 2000s, but then her wife is like pretty modern. She's got pianos on her. I don't know. But she's 48 years old. Shout out to women having babies close to almost being past their prime. Specifically, shout out to my mom. She was 46 when she had me.
Ooh,
yes,
that's legendary there.
Yeah, miracle baby over here. But yeah, this is pretty crazy. This is pretty crazy. It's not easy growing up in a household, let alone having two parents that have the same sex, because I feel like and maybe I'm going out on a limb here and it's gonna break, but I just feel like if it was two fathers in a household or two women in a household, that's like a lot to deal with.
Yeah,
I would have to assume.
Yeah,
I don't know, but I wish them the best of luck. I'm sure they're gonna be really happy. She's got Chicago Bulls all over her shirt, and shout out to the Brat.
Yeah, shout out to the Brat, legendary rapper. She has her show, I think on like We TV, one of those networks. So they're going to be documenting this.
The whole pregnancy, and
yeah. So she has a reality show with like her family and everything. But yeah, you think with technology that this type of thing is going to become more common?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. I think the people are so much more open now with regards to sexuality, and just doing what makes you happy. Marriage is like at an all-time low, and the longevity of marriages is also at an all-time low. Like, it's just people are going to continue to move through life in a way that's a little bit more free, I think.
Interesting. I mean, yeah, you can take your time with technology. You can get pregnant at a later time. You can freeze your sperm. There's a bunch of pathways to having kids or having a surrogate. But yeah, I before I read like how they said they have an anonymous donor. I was like, who got the Brat pregnant? Like, who got her pregnant?
I wondered the same thing.
Like, was she wearing boots during the sex? Like,
oh, stop it! Stop it!
Did she keep the fitted on when he was impregnating her? I didn't know, but they said no. We have an anonymous donor. Yeah. Like, what do you think about the anonymous donor? I feel like that would freak me out. Like, I get the sperm donor ads on Instagram, and I'm like, I feel so disrespected. I'm like, I'm not selling my sperm. I don't want my sperm to just be out there, like my kids to be, and some random people. And if I was having a kid, to have like some random eggs or sperm to be half of them, I'd be concerned.
I mean, I've thought about that before too. Like, early 20s, I was a little low on money. Shit was tight, but I was like, how much can you get for this? How much for a nut? And then I read all the different things you had to do. I was like, oh no, this ain't worth it.
What did you have to do?
I think it was like, you can't ejaculate for like ever unless it's like for that exact purpose of like ejaculating in the cup so that you can give it to the sperm bank. And you have to go like every other week. You have to get tested for STIs and stuff like very regularly. There's some other stuff that you had to do too, but it was like it becomes a lifestyle almost. Gotcha. If you're going to be a sperm donor.
A lifestyle
of
nutting, getting paid for nuts.
You can get paid pretty well.
Yeah,
you can definitely get paid pretty well. It's just you have to change your life around a bit, and no, That wouldn't work for me. It would not work. But I don't know, man.
Yeah, having just your sperm out there, kids growing up, and then with like ancestry DNA and all, like I'm on ancestry DNA, so those kids are gonna pop up and they're gonna come to me like Carl Malone's kid came to him and have their hand out at some point.
Yep.
And I'm like, listen, I don't know you.
Exactly.
I was in my 20s. I needed money for pizza. I didn't think this far ahead.
Needed money for pizza.
Oh God, hell God. No.
You better call Domino's. Like,
yeah.
But I wonder if you're the Brat and her wife. Like, okay, so you're gonna get an anonymous donor. How does that work? Do you go to like the facility and they have like, is it like how you're looking for a job but it's trying to be like more conscious, so you have the resume but you don't have the name at the top? Is it like that where you see like, oh, this person was over 6 foot, they had this type of ethnic background, they currently do this as a job, they got this on their like SAT, like how does that?
Yeah, and people be lying too. Like, how do you even trust? Like, who's fact checking this? Like,
but I would have to assume for celebrities they have a more thorough process.
Bro, I don't know.
If I'm a celebrity and I'm about to pay thousands of dollars for like in vitro or something, this better be Michael Jordan's kid. Like, it better fucking be.
I was wondering what you were going to say. This better be some top tier sperm. This better be the good shit.
This better be some grade A leche, man.
He's like, no, this is no good.
You put water in here.
It's watered down sperm. Get this out of here. Oh God, I can smell the diabetes in the sperm. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my God.
Shout out to the Brat and everybody out there, having kids, but that might change soon because they're saying the holy grail of male birth control is on the way, man. We talked about this last year. You told me birth control for men was coming out.
Yeah.
I didn't believe it. I was just like, no way. It still hasn't come out yet. It's still not available, but there's more details on it. This shit is going to be on demand birth control for men. You take it 30 minutes to an hour before you have sex, and it lasts up to 3 hours. And it pretty much makes your sperm like just go to sleep. They don't move. And then after 24 hours, they're back to normal. So it gives you a nice window to bust nuts that, got some lazy ass sperm in them. What do you think about this, man? If this works, like, do you think this is gonna be huge? Do you think a lot of people are gonna use it?
I think if it works, absolutely. That sounds like a miracle drug or something. But my thing is, how do we trust doctors to make male contraceptives that work that specifically? You take it 30 minutes before, it works for 3 hours, and then you're good. And you're going to be able to, reproduce after that. But we don't trust COVID. We don't trust the COVID vaccine. But we'll take that pill that could possibly sterilize your ass. No, I don't believe it.
Who knows? I mean, they say the COVID vaccine could sterilize you. I don't even like talking about this because now everything we do is going to get flagged.
Is it really sterilized? Oh, you're right, because we brought up COVID.
Yeah, so you can't talk about that.
Yeah, they're going to put the disclaimer on here. Oh well.
But no, I mean, I feel like since it's only like it's not a daily pill. It's like something you take right beforehand. So I feel like I would be more comfortable trying it out, knowing I don't have to do this every day.
I get that. I just need more information. Like, how long was the testing for this? How many people did you test it on? I would not like. Is it worth it? Is it worth it to not just get a condom? Because you're still risking. You would have to be doing this with someone that you're like in somewhat of a committed relationship.
Of course.
You can't just have raw sex with anybody now because you took the little male contraceptive pill. Now, if they said it worked against STIs too, that shit is going to be more popular than any drug known to man. But
I mean, they have it for HIV.
That's true.
They have the preventative pills for HIV, but that's something you have to take daily.
Yeah.
You see the commercials for that too. It's crazy out there, but I do hope that this is a real thing. I think it will, give power back to men. You can give
power back to men.
Yeah, give power back to men when it comes to childbearing.
Is it back to men, or is it really giving power to women? Because now it's like, no, I don't need to take birth control. You can take birth control.
Yeah,
turning the tables.
That's good. Yeah, the power is in the person who's going to take the pill. So now men can be like, oh, I took it. And
lie.
And lie.
Why did that never even cross my mind? Why did I not even think about
You just be trusting women, like.
No, I'm talking about for men to do that.
Oh, because who would do that? Men don't usually do things like that. But there are people who do it. Like, they have terms for it. Like,
of course.
What
do they call it? A ghost?
I don't know. Shout out to Joe Budden. He talked about it in his podcast.
He did.
But yeah, like, I think this, if this comes out, I don't know how it's going to change. I mean, people talk about the birth rate going down, but I'm like, the Earth's population is like going to be like 9 billion like soon. Like, it's growing crazy, like at a crazy rate.
Like 8 billion right now, right?
Yeah, and I think when we were kids, it was like maybe 5 or 6 billion people. It's almost doubled in our lifetime. So I'm not worried about humanity. I feel like there's enough of us here. But yes, I'm gonna try this out because I want to know that I'm good. You know what I mean? I want to have a kid when I want to have a kid, and hopefully this doesn't like make zombie children.
Let us know in the comments if you would actually take male contraceptive pills, or if you would make your partner, if he's a male, take the pill. We definitely want to know.
Yeah, this could be available. Women should be able to carry these pills too. Be like, oh, take this. Drop it in a guy's drink.
Wait a second. No, we're not dropping it in a guy's drink. But I will say it's going to be very similar to Plan B. It's going to be like, yo, take this pill.
Yeah. This is going to be called Plan A.
Let me watch you take it. Let me see.
I think this is going to revolutionize sex. Birth control in the 60s really changed, sex for women, really liberated them. I think this will liberate men in a similar way. It's going to be a lot cheaper than child support. So, hey, there's a lot of benefits to this. Hopefully it does work and there's not a lot of side effects.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
But you taking the male contraceptive pill then?
I'm gonna take it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a try, and I'll report back to the live to see if there's any babies.
Back 3 weeks later, like, well, got one on the way.
Oh my god. It's crazy, bro.